All right, Monday. Back for some more work on Pro Gymnast. I got a super cool green screen gift, which I'm using right now. I haven't quite got the settings exactly right, but check out that sweet new layout. I'm like right on top of my code. It's amazing. All right. Anyway, a little bit of a late start today, so let's try to get right into it. And let's see. Looking at my task list. Right, okay. So, one of the things that I definitely noticed watching some people play the demo was that one of my tutorials still definitely needs some work. In particular, so I've got, let's go back here and let's look at some of these levels. I'm definitely going to make some changes to the sequencing. Let's see. So, first thing I teach you in the game is just the release button. You have this level right here, which is a little broken. Oh, what's going on here? Why can't I navigate this with the controller? That's a little weird. Hang on. This is working. Come into here. Pause. Oh. I cannot manipulate the menus with the gamepad. Why? Because this exception? What's this exception? Oh. That seems a little weird. One of the things I did off stream is I upgraded the project from 2019.2.20 something, which I had been on for quite a while, and I decided to give it a go, bringing the game up to the latest Unity 2019 version, which is 2019.4.1. And in general, it looks like it survived the transition pretty well, but we still have some. Yeah, so that looks like that's this. Exception is the cause why I can't use the input on the controller. Let's look at this. So a drop down has been destroyed, but we're still trying to access it in selectable, find selectable. Which is happening because it's trying to find the selectable on down. What? Ooh. None of this is my code. Doesn't mean it's not my fault. But none of this is my code here. This is rewired, sending in a down event, and Unity looking for the selectable below it. Interesting. Let's look at this. So we're in the pause menu right now. And we're on this list right here. This should be the selected object. And we have automatic navigation on right now, which I could change. Also a little worried that this button has like an empty on click on it. What's the deal there? Look at all these two. Why is that? Canvas. Pause menu. Content button. Yeah, see, what is this junk? I wonder if this is some leftover something from like a prefab issue. Oh, yeah, we don't even need this button. They all have it, that's weird. Let's look somewhere else. Like if I go to the gameplay settings, do we have the same thing happening here? Not necessarily. How about something like the confirmation pop-up? Yeah, see, what is this? Phantom on click. I'm a little worried about that. Okay. Let's just run from the editor again here. Okay, come up to here. Things are working. Let's hit play. Boom. I can do this. This works. But if I come out here, so far working. Let's go into a regular level. Okay. There. What the heck? Drop down. Why is this happening? Let's try all the menus out here. Okay, so we're here. Ooh, I can't move this one either. Hang on. Let's try to narrow this down. So let's go to the menu scene. Run that. Okay, we can navigate this, okay. It's going to somewhere like this. We can navigate these. We can change these settings. Are still good. We can go in here. Can click stuff here. Okay. Come back. Still works. Go into here. Come back. Still works. Go to here. I have a feeling it breaks when I switch scenes. But let's see. Let's go in and edit an avatar. This all looks fine. Okay. Alright, all this navigation is working. Okay. Let's try deleting one. Oh, need to localize those. Let's add that to my task list. Okay. I can still navigate this okay though. Cancel. Oh, that was confirm, not cancel. Now we go here. We can navigate this. We can come all the way down here. We can choose levels. We can back out. Everything's fine. Okay, so let's go cause a scene load. Okay, input still working. Okay. Pause. Busted. And what is this drop down that it's finding? This feels like something is broken as a result of moving to the latest Unity. We could take a look here. I'm pretty sure that Rewired has been updated, which is what I'm using for oops. What I'm using for controller and multi-platform input. Let's have a look. Releases. It doesn't really look like none of this looks like what problem I was having. Interesting. I'll try a quick Google here, but this doesn't feel very Googleable. Ooh. This looks kind of something similar. I'm looking at Google results right now. Okay. Looks like it's a TextMesh Pro drop-down issue. Okay, this is kind of hinting that we should look at the package manager, which I am now looking at, but you can't see because of the way I'm capturing the screen. And let's look at TextMesh Pro. So I have 2.0.1. That seems to be up to date. Show preview packages. Let's see all versions. Okay, here we go. Now great, so now my solution is going to be update to a preview package. Feels a little scary this far into the game. I am now importing TextMesh Pro updated preview.14. Let's see if this makes any difference. I was hoping to jump in and start working on tasks, but of course that doesn't always happen. Still importing. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible if I run into a few more issues like this, it may be smarter to revert back to the relative stability I was having before. It's a little scary to not be on the final version of 2019 of Unity, because I'd be on sort of an unsupported version if there's some bug found. Like I released the game and then on some platform some bug is happening and it turns out the fix is already fixed in a later version of Unity. I mean, I would need to update my project to the latest Unity anyway. So, you know, it's probably worth biting the bullet and getting on the latest now. It's frustrating, of course, though, to be slowed down by update issues and annoying, hard to find problems. Well, let's see. This progress bar is almost done. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully TextMesh Pro is not going to explode. I do actually really like TextMesh Pro, but Unity has a lot of packages these days where they've sort of like picked up something from the community, made it official, brought it into the engine, but then the transition period over to this new tech compared to the old tech is kind of arduous and long and ambiguous. Like it still doesn't feel like some of these components are actually you know, fully first-class citizens inside Unity, which is pretty frustrating. Like the input system, TextMesh Pro, they have like a Pro Builder and Polybrush, which are both this way as well. It's like you've got all these crazy packages you can add, but the like compatibility matrix of the whole thing is worse than like a Pokemon chart, you know, all the Pokemon and their strengths and weaknesses or something. It's getting messier and messier. Alright, we're in the second round of progress bar here. 90%-ish. Okay. Importing. Oh my god, we're on our third round of progress bar now. Oh, oh, good. Now what's the problem? Or is there a problem? Let's see. Okay. We're back into the project. Let's try running it. Okay. We're back. I can navigate a menu. That's good. So far, so same. Come over here. We can navigate here. But if we go in somewhere... Okay. Pause. Oh, look at that. I can navigate again. That's cool, because that was the repro case right there. That was busted a second ago. Okay, well, let's move along here. Yeah, so the first tutorial in the game is this one, which looks like it's a little broken now. Look at that. It's supposed to start like that, but it didn't the first time, so I have to look into that. And my camera's a little wrong now. You can't see the prompt up there, but it's just trying to teach you to press the right shoulder button to let go. And then you have this next level, which is way too hard right now, which you can beat just by using the release button, by releasing now. Well, right at the end of this, right there, boom, and then right there, boom. But a lot of players were getting a little distracted by trying other inputs and things here. And then also, if you fall early, I put the chalk down here, and there's this trampoline here, which makes you feel like you're supposed to use that. Also, if you just like go a little late like this, you just constantly miss here. So this level is not a good level 2. I'm going to have to I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this level be the equivalent of this section right here, where you just slide down and release at the right time and catch onto a rope. So anyway, I teach you release, and then I have this kind of silly level here where you release, get to slide down like this, grab onto this bar, come up like this, and again you basically just need to release at the right time to land here. This level I think is kind of okay, and it gives you a little silliness early in the game, which is good because there's lots of sort of fails that can happen. Then we go here to teach you slow-mo, because this traveling bar moves really fast, and I want you to slow down time and let go right there so that you can catch onto the bar. This tutorial I think is generally okay. Then we get to this one, which you're supposed to use those skills by slowing down time, releasing, and hitting the mat. This one takes people a few tries, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Okay, then we teach you the left stick is your arms thing. This, from the few videos I've been able to watch, looks like it's working okay. I'm going to have to go back and do a pass on the camera on pretty much all these tutorials. Okay. So we can finish this one up. Now, next one is, let's teach you about your legs, which is the right stick. This one also I think is generally pretty good. Can be a little annoying here as the legs like wobble a little bit, but overall relatively painless. Okay, and you grab the bar here. I did see someone drop right here, which is kind of annoying, because you have to redo that intro part. But basically you keep your legs out of here, you come over here, drop, and good. Then this is kind of a first like just goof off level. I think it works pretty well. And then we have this one. So this one is the problem level. This is the hardest thing in the game to teach, which is basically building up swing. So what this tutorial is trying to show you, oh man, we got some layout issues here. Yeah, and look at the text just wigging out. So what this is trying to show you is use the right stick, press it, let go. Press it, let go. Press it, let go. But it looks like it's getting fairly confused. So at some point I must have introduced some bugs with this that we definitely need to look into. Yeah, look at that. That's not good. Alright. This is our task for today. We're going to make this tutorial better. One thing, I mean, clearly I've got just some bugs with it. But also from the thing I'm trying to teach you with this is most people what they'll do is like when they're swinging right, they'll press right. And when they're swinging left, they'll press left like this. And you can't really build any more swing than this if you do that. What you really need to do is when you cross the center line, push and then let go. Push and then let go. So you stretch back out. Stretch back out. So that's what this is attempting to teach you. But we've clearly got a handful of bugs with this. So let's look here. I gotta remind myself a few things. First up, okay, this is tutorial 03B. So first of all, let's look at this prefab. Okay. And why is this signal connector, which I thought I placed here, not showing up there? This looks a little weird. Now where is this all hooked up to? I might want to redo this. Did I have weird settings down below? Let's see. Where's the... okay. Right, so this thing is supposed to be like this, I think, but yeah, that's not even a prefab, so let's get rid of this. Let's go find our signal connector, add it in fresh, okay, and then I believe this is supposed to be like this by default. Yeah, okay. So the player doesn't really need to see this. I used this signal connector in the when you do a giant, when you swing around fully, we use that signal to notify it to the rest of the tutorial that you're making progress. Okay, so that's a little better. Now we're going to need that hooked up somewhere. Where is it? I think it's that this guy needs to know about this. Okay. So now let's go look at the code. All right. So here we go. Here's all the variables we're using to track this. Right, okay, so this yeah, I made this configurable, I believe. I guess this doesn't actually get shown. Let's see. 03C. No. Okay. Oh, right, I think... Yeah, okay. Right. So, not too worried about this part. This part is basically, I have two versions of this tutorial. One where I expect you to use your hips to build swing, and one where I expect you to use your shoulders. And I think I have it set here to hips. And then in the actual data for the arm swing, we can see here that I've got some extra data here saying, actually this version of this tutorial used the shoulder joint, here's different input ranges, and here's the actions we're looking for. Or it's also so we can prompt the actions. Okay, so that part's okay. So how does our main, here we go, here's our main, this is the code here that's actually trying to show what's happening. It seems quite busted at the moment, which is concerning. So right, this is tracking if you're making progress around and you do actually swing around, in which case we kick off some confetti and some particles. We make sure the intro camera is turned off, that's fine, and if you've flipped around enough times, we mark this level as complete. That's fine. Otherwise, we say good job or things like that on the screen. Okay? So, what we're doing here is we're getting the center of mass of the gymnast and the velocity of the center of mass. Then we give ourselves a vector that goes from the center of mass to the hand. So that's essentially our swing angle. We turn that into an angle in degrees by using the arctangent of that line for our hands. We also, looks like, keep a hold of an absolute value of that as well. I think this is set up so that the 0 point is straight down, but could be wrong. And then we figure out the change in angle based on this current angle and one that we cache, which this obviously is going to get set down here somewhere. Probably at the very bottom of this, yeah, right there. Okay, alright. So far, so okay. Tutorial UI script. What is this one doing? Set gymnast angle. Oh, there was like a dotted line I was using. And then here's where if we think you're headed towards the part where we want input, I have like a circle that like scales and stuff, and that's where we're doing that. Okay. All right. Now we are looking to see if we have crossed the point in time where you should have released input. Okay. Okay, this looks like it's starting to get a little gross. So now we have should be forward, which is where we are in the positive direction. Okay, now here's kind of where we're working out if you've actually switched swing directions, right? And this is happening too often, it looks like. Right, okay, so what I'm trying to do right here is if you're having small little swings at the bottom, I wanted to filter out constantly flipping the UI back and forth here. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you're less than 18, so that's like a cone of 18, we just like continue to talk to you about swinging forward. Otherwise, if the whole thing is less than 135, we say prep the swing, and should be forward is based on the direction of the angle change. And if we're outside of that, which means you're like got a really high swing, we talk about forward. Okay. All right. I feel like I need some smoothing on this. Then we have a failsafe here which says, oh, this is the case where We haven't seen a change in angle. So then we say if you're greater than 90 but less than 135. If there's not a match with the UI, we swap it. Okay. Okay. Now, where does cross 0 happen? Have we even set that up yet? Okay, have to look at that. Maybe I'm doing that in fixed update or something. Probably am. Telegraphing. Okay. Alright, so first up we gotta figure out why this thing is so spazzy. Okay. And then this is mostly handling the UI for prompting presses and stuff. Okay. Alright. Okay. So let's this is the kind of thing I can't step through because I need to see what's happening over time. So let's go here and say we want to let me find where this is. I feel like it's going to be in... Wait, where are we setting this? Right here. Okay, so we only set it if we're telegraphing. That seems a little interesting. Alright. So I feel like right here I want to print out some information and figure out what's actually happening here. So let's print out the angle, which is just angle. Absolute value, that's pretty easy, so we don't need to worry about that. And let's do angle change. Okay. And then, okay, should be forward is pretty simple, but let's print that out. Should be forward. Okay, let's have a look at these values first of all. This is just a code change, so I don't need to... Oh no, but I did make some changes to this prefab. Annoyingly right now, if I make changes to the prefab, I need to rebuild my asset bundles. Alright, so step one here is I want to try and get rid of some of this UI freaking out and make it more helpful. And then I think I want this whole tutorial to have some slow-mo to it so that you can learn this at a slower speed, which will also help the UI be a little less frantic as it's constantly trying to give you prompts when you swing back and forth. But clearly some of this logic isn't great. I don't know. Looking through that code, almost feels like I should just rewrite this, but we'll see. This is the key tutorial of the game, so if I gotta redo it, so be it. Alright, we're still compiling asset bundles. A lot of individual progress bars. Okay. Alright, so now let's go in here. Boom, boom, boom. Swing basics. This is the one we want. Okay, so we have some other debug happening here. So let's go look at the output. What is this? Maybe we don't want this tutorial 3. Okay, yeah, this is double checking my input stuff. We don't necessarily need that anymore. Man, that code change caused a lot of progress bars to show up on the screen. Okay. Let's go back in. Okay, we're gonna play this in small mode here. Right there, we want to do swing basics. Okay. Okay, so our angles are indeed 0 is the center here. Right, so right here we're at -61. Right here we're at -7, 6, 3, 2, 1. We cross 0. And we've got positive angle change. Do we have some like frames here where it's getting weird? Let's see. Very small angle change, still positive. Still positive. There we have a -1. Negative, negative. It doesn't look too noisy. But I probably want to put some filtering on that. Negative, negative, negative. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so here where we're like, I'm just looking at this should be forward value. And it's like, nope, because we're still going backwards. Nope, because we're still going backwards. Yes, it should be. Yes, it should be. Nope, just kidding. Go back. Okay, yeah, no, it should be. So that's a little, yeah, and then see here. So right now, anytime the angle changes 0, which does appear to happen on occasion, we get a false there. That's part of the problem. I feel like I should be smoothing this though. So let's do this. Let's say, let's see. For that to work, we're gonna need Gymnast angle, right? So we can smooth this input, and I mean we're just gonna do like a, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna do like a cheesy amount of smoothing here. So let's just go down here now, and when we get the angle, which is right here, we're actually gonna say that Gymnast angle is equal to lerping between the current Gymnast angle and the one we just got by, you know, a quarter. And then we want abs angle to be looking at this new one. And this should be looking at the change in that, and this should take that into account. Now we'll print out our smoothed angle. And here, this should be greater than or equal to, just to be extra safe. Okay. Abs angle is fine. Anywhere else we're using just straight angle down here. Probably right here. Okay. And then last angle should be the smoothed one. Okay. Okay. Let's see how much difference that smoothing makes. Okay, come in here, go to here, go to here, go to the swinging basics. And I mostly just want to watch here now and see if we made any real improvements to the... Okay, that's already significantly more reliable. Which is, this is more what we want to look like. See where it's like, hey, get ready, press it now. Hey, get ready, press it now. I kind of think that blue, like, fill in the background is distracting and not really helping. Press there, let go. Press there, let go. Press there, let go. Okay, now let's see if I kill my momentum as much as I can. What kind of angles are we talking here? Still like pretty high angles. This whole section right now I think should only be worrying about forward. And my alignment is messed up now, where the press and the R prompts are like right on top of each other. So I gotta fix that. Okay, so now this would be like, how big of a swing do I want to, I mean, before I start actually giving you the prompts back and forth. It could be quite a bit bigger, like even this big. I feel like all I should care about is telling you how to swing with the forward direction. And this is maxing out around 40. Okay. This number that's hard-coded in here and is disgusting, I should make into a variable somewhere. It's right here. So this, let's call this small swing threshold. And then we'll call this swing threshold, okay. And this was 18 and 135, wasn't it? Let's go double check. Yeah, it was. Okay, so we'll go up here and say we've got a few more variables here. Small swing threshold, I think it should be like 43 degrees now. And then swing threshold was 135. Okay. Alright. Now, what about that dumb thing that fills up as you go around that we don't need anymore? I'd almost rather just show like the high watermark, like the highest swing you've achieved so far. And it would stop once you hit upside down. That's kind of cool. For now, though, so that means we can just go into here. No, it's not this. It's down here. Where is it? Here. Not in love with this part. Let's get rid of it. And then let's say we need to go see if we ever set this somewhere else. We don't, so let's just make sure this fill amount is set to 0 somewhere. Let's see. Is this just a generic? It's a placeable object. We've got an update script or method. Get input, handle input, prep swing direction, state change. Okay, here we go. Let's do. Oh, we have a start sequence. Let's do it in there. Fill amount 0 and enabled equals false. Like, go away. Okay. Alright, so I'm generally trying to stick to a pretty solid schedule of working on this game on stream, which is most of the work I do on it. I do a little work off stream here and there, but working on this game from basically 9 to 10 a.m. on the weekdays, and then, or an hour, which right now is 9 to 10 a.m. I might change the time, I don't know. And then a little bit longer on Saturdays, which means I'm already hit my hour today because I was a little delayed getting started and then had some Unity issues which were kind of annoying. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, right, I wanted to see that now that fill thing is not there. That's good. Oh, okay, so the problem is not... I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. Let's get down to a small swing. Even smaller. Okay, now all we do here, see, is we show you, hey, you should press this thing. Oh, I should fix that though, where that circle is growing. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write down some of these fixes I need to make so I can pick this up tomorrow. So number 1, in small swing, circle and prompt need filtering for backwards swing. I think I want to get rid of my tripwire thing. And just replace that with code. That's fine. That will clean things up a bit. Okay, then 3 UI alignment. For slow-mo. Question mark. Okay. This is tutorial underscore 03, what is it, 03B? Great naming. Okay. Alright, so tomorrow I'm going to hopefully not encounter any more surprises with updating Unity. And we will pick up working on this tutorial. Hopefully make better progress on it than we did today. But we're all set to make some good headway tomorrow, so we'll pick it up then. Thanks for tuning in. See you all later.